Hey guys, welcome to the Prelims Focus News discussion of 11th of September 2017, and the Hindi version of it is also available. So if you at all want, you can come and watch it in my YouTube channel, guys. So let's see. The very first news is about 125th anniversary of Swami Vivekanand's Chicago's visit, which was actually very famous. So we are celebrating the 25th anniversary of that visit of Swami Vivekanand, as well as Pandit Dindayal Upadhyay's centenary celebrations. So the things that is becoming very important for our exams perspective is those facts which are related to Swami Vivekanand, which you have read in your history book. That I'm not going to explain it again here, but that is important for exam perspective. And also few more points were given related to Swami Vivekanand, which you can include in your mains or essay folder. So I'll discuss that Swami Vivekananda has strongly believed in the power of Yuva Shakti, and he has said that there is vital place for youngsters in the realm of national building, right? And that this was all about this first part of Swami Vivekananda, and the second part is about the Pandit Dindayal Upadhyaya, guys. So you can, as a personality wise, he's not that important, but the governmental schemes related to him is very important. So you have to go through all those schemes which we often discuss in our news discussion classes, right? So yeah. Next is about Navika Sagar Parikrama, guys. Actually, Narendra Modi sir has wished the women officers who are taking this Navika Sagar Parikrama for the first time. Actually, this is the first time Indian circumnavigation of globe by all women crew, guys. Up till now, women have not circumnavigated from Indian territory. I mean, legally they have not circumnavigated, right? So this is the first time basically, and the navigation of the globe is done by the on board by INSV Tarini. And what is this INSV Tarini? We'll discuss about it in the next slide. But the thing what you have to remember is the circumnavigation program will begin from Goa, and it is expected to return Goa by March of 2018, and it is basically aimed to promote the woman empowerment in the society, and also discard all those social attitudes and mindsets towards women which was existing up till now. Means our society is a patriarchal society. We always see women by the vision of as if they are only meant for cooking purpose, and they are only meant to be housewife. But this Navika Sagar Parikrama is believed to change all the societal attitudes and misconceptions whichever was being existing towards the women's, right, in our society. All right, so this was about Navika Sagar Parikrama, and let's see about INS Tarini, guys. In this slide, basically few of the facts regarding INS Tarini is given. I mean, under which you will get to know that what is the specifications of this INS Tarini, right? So if you want to at all read that, you can read it, but a few more facts are given which might be asked in our questions, like INS Tarini is the sister vessel of INS Mahadei, and yeah, this is all about it. And it has a very satellite communication system inbuilt within it, so that so that the women crew whosoever has been sailing through this INS Tarini can contact Indian Navy department anytime from anywhere in the whole world, right? So this was about INS Tarini, guys. Next is about Rohingya refugee issues. Actually, up till now, the stand of government of India was not in favor of, I would not say it was not in favor of Rohingya issues, but they were not taking concerns of the Rohingya refugee issues, because recently Bali declaration, India has backed off from this Bali declaration. India has basically rejected it. We have already discussed about it in the previous two classes, if I'm not wrong, right? So, but the Bangladesh government has recently requested the Indian government to take concerns of this, because this is the whole refugee problem which might translate in future to the national security problem of both India and Bangladesh, because the refugee going from Myanmar, they are taking place in either Bangladesh or India only. So that might create national security concern. That's why Ministry of External Affairs has shifted its stand and expressed concerns about the outflows of Rohingya issues for the first time in recent months, right? So that's why about it was in news. Next is anti-vaccine campaign, guys. Basically, in Kozhikode district, few cases of diphtheria has popped up, right? And if you know that diphtheria was under the program of Mission Indradhanush, and government is propagating this Mission Indradhanush since many years. So, but the thing is that after propagation of that mission Indradhanush also, few cases of diphtheria has seen in Kozhikode district. So the reason government has said for this is anti-vaccination campaign by few of the groups. There are misleading campaigns being running on the social media platform, and they are saying that these campaigns, I mean, they are alleging the government that this vaccination campaign government is carrying out to, for the religious conversion. I mean, just look at these reasons. I mean, how can the vaccination change the religion of any person, right? So that's why, I mean, these kind of misleading campaigns are there, but still, few other reasons are also seen in this regard. Like there are shortage of nurses to provide that healthcare to the children's, right? So that's why this was whole in news that these few cases of diphtheria has emerged in Kozhikode. In fact, I mean, government flagship program, that is Mission Indradhanush, government has implemented it few years ago, and in spite of that, how could these diphtheria cases pop up in Kozhikode district, right? So that's why this was a news, and few other reports results were also there. So I would like to share it with you because this is very important. The first point is around 1,000 children in these areas have missed vaccination at one time or the other. As many as 35 children in age group of 1 to 5 group have not taken any kind of vaccination till now, just because of this anti-vaccination campaign, right? And another 400 others are also partially vaccinated only. I mean, if say for example any vaccine has 3 doses, right, you have to take it by the in time constraint of say for example 1 year in 3 times. Then what happens is in last by the last sentence I'm telling that people take just 1 or 2 doses, they leave the third doses, or they just take 1 doses, they leave rest 2 doses. Then I mean, you will not be getting fully vaccinated, right? That is partially vaccination, and in case of partially vaccination, you are still in prone of disease in future. So you should take, I mean, the full vaccination course anytime. Next is about database soon on Bonda migration. First off, guys, Bonda is basically a tribe which inhabits the region of Odisha, right? So few of the Bonda girls have complained that they are sexually exploited. That's why they are compelled to migrate from the region of Odisha, and they usually migrate to adjoining states, right? So that's why taking this issue, the Bonda Development Agency has said that we'll just set up an inquiry and prepare a proper database about the Bonda migration, whether they are migrating against the sexual violence that they face, or they are migrating in search of livelihood, or any other reasons. So they will just make a database of it, right? So Bondas are considered to be one of the most primitive tribes of the whole world, and there was a survey which was been conducted on 2015. In that survey, the figure was like around 8,000 Bonda tribes live in those areas of Odisha, and their villages are located in remote and isolated hilly region. These are few of the facts. I mean, last 3 points are few of the facts which I have already discussed about. I mean, which we have discussed about Bonda tribes, right? So yeah. Next is about P notes, guys. It is very important news because the investment in P note sector has hit a 5-year low. Means since last 5 years, the P notes this year has been very low, right? What are the reasons? The article is blaming. The article is blaming on the stringent norms that has been put forth by Security and Exchange Board of India, because before few months Security and Exchange Board of India has said that regarding the P notes, whosoever the individual is being investing on the P notes, then he or she have to submit their documents. That's why it is said that the investors are not coming and investing through P notes route, right? So what is this P note guide? Let's see. It is issued by the registered foreign portfolio investors to overseas players, that is high net worth individual. I'm just giving you an example. Say for example, Tom Cruise live in US, right? And he wants to invest in India, right? Now he'll take the route through P notes because he is very rich and he know that I'll be getting very much benefit through this P note. So he will basically contact and portfolio investors in India, right? So portfolio investors on behalf of him will invest in the share market in India. Now what is the benefit that India is getting through, since he is a high network individual? So he will come up with huge amount of money. Say for example, he will come up with 5,000 crore rupees. So that's huge amount, right, for India. If he is investing directly 5,000 crore rupees, then the share market will boom up, and that's good for India actually, right? So that's why Indian stock market will also boom up. So Indian stock market without registering themselves directly. Until now it was not, they were not registering themselves directly, but since Security and Exchange Board of India has issued a directive under which the P-note investor has to register themselves, so that's why they are not they are not ready to. I mean, who wants to register themselves? If, say for example, you are a businessman, you don't want to register them yourself, because you will see that if I'll register myself, then in future government might tax me, right? So nobody wants to pay tax. So that's why it was like the SEBI has made the norms of these P notes have very stringent, and that's why P notes investment had hit a 5-year low in India. Right now, you might ask me the question that if they are investing, I mean, if they are like high net worth individual, if they earn more money and they dodge the tax in India, then why government don't ban this P note? See, government don't ban this P note because government earn a huge amount of money through this, right? I mean, if you ever leave that tax amount also, government is earning huge amount of money, because they come up with huge amount of money and invest in Indian stock markets, right? So that's why Indian government is not directly, I mean, interested in banning this P notes. All right, so this was about P notes thing. Next is about fall in GDP figures is structural and not transient, and RBI report has said this, right? So as you know, the GDP figure this time has fallen to a very low. So basically government means this RBI has said, issued a report in which the RBI has said the reason of it is more of structural and not transient. Now by the structural here I mean that the report says that GST has a direct impact on this reducing in GDP growth, because before GST, means before one day of or few days of GST, the manufacturers destocked their stocks, because they were in fear that the stocks what they were having with them in future, means after the implementation of GST, the people might not buy them, because people will see that these are of higher cost, and different competitors might take the market. So that's why they just destocked their whole market. And if they destock, then they have to give it to the customers at lower prices, of course. And if they will give the customer to in lower prices, then government, I mean the tax what the government is earning from that will be lower, of course. I mean, everything is connected, right? So that's why it is said that GDP figures have also fallen down. But this means, taking this situation, the government is also concerned that since all the other growth drivers are missing, so it is very important for the government to invest in, I mean, start spending in social infrastructural sectors, right? Then only we can again induce this growth. So this was about the today's news, guys. Yeah, so today's news is over, so we'll meet in next class, guys. Till then, bye bye, take care, and thank you for listening to me. Thank you very much.